to Dr. Sunil Kumar BS, Dean Academics, HOD of ISC, and in charge principal, GMIT. I welcome you, sir. I
Thank you.
extend a warm welcome to Dr. Ganesh DB, Vice President, GMIT ISC, and Dean R&D, GMIT. I welcome you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome Dr. Monesh Acharya S, Convener, GMIT ISC. I welcome you, sir. I also like to welcome Dr. Mohammad Yasin, Coordinator, GMIT ISC. I welcome you, sir. At last, I would like to welcome teaching, non-teaching staff, and my dear students. Now I request our beloved HOD, Dr. Sunil Kumar BS, and in charge principal to address the gathering.
Yeah, thank you, Kirti. I think I'm audible now.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
It's indeed a great pleasure organizing this session. At the outset, I take this opportunity to thank Mr. Mallesh Kumar, who is the resource person for this program, for having accepted our invitation and being the part of this program as a speaker. I must be acknowledge his participation as a resource person because he is one of the person in the area. He has been in communicated with the institution in many of the occasions. It's indeed a great pleasure for us to have this occasion. And of course, this is the one area wherein the Indian people are very much looking for. Problem solving and ideation is the basic level where we start our thinking and make our student in line with the entrepreneurship. Because people will have their own ideas and their own, but how to formulate their problem and how these ideas are supposed to be the ideas for the entrepreneurship. That is really a very essential information and thoughtful idea to take to them. Especially people are struggling to find it. I believe this requires a lot of support from the expert to guide the student and make them think in that direction and come out with such ideas for their future entrepreneurship. I think Mr. Mallesh is going to give a lot of inputs today on this occasion. I believe this is going to be a very effective and fruitful session for all the participants. On behalf of GM Institute of Technology, I thank him once again, and I wish all the participants take the benefit of this. So without wasting much of our time, I request Mallesh to go ahead, and Kirti Prasad, thanks for organizing this program. Also, I thank Dr. Ganesh and Munesh Acharya opportunity for Department of Information Science and Engineering take up this program. Thank you, and I over to the please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Ms. Aishwarya Eli of 5th semester ISC to introduce a resource person of this session. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Thank you, sir. I guess I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible, Aishwarya.
Okay. Good afternoon to everyone. This is Aishwarya Yasyali from 5th Sem ISC and Student Coordinator of IIC GMIT, profusely overjoyed to take this opportunity to introduce our today's speaker, Mr. Mallesh Kumar KS. Mr. Mallesh Kumar KS has a BE and MTech degrees in Computer Science and Engineering. He was a GATE scholar in MTech. He is an incubator manager since 2014. He is the regional coordinator and incubation center manager of New Age Incubation Network Center at JNNCE Shumogga, supported by IT and BT departments of Karnataka. With the support of NES management and principal, Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship CIE department has been started at JNNCE in 2018. CIE aims to support innovators and startups in and around Shimoga. He is the project manager of CIE since its inception. Recently, he has been nominated as KTech District Innovation Associate by Department of IT and BT and SNT Government of Karnataka to create and support ecosystem and entrepreneurial spirit in and around Shimoga. Jagrati Ambassador for District Entrepreneurs for Shimoga District, Seed Business Development Service Advisor at global level, SPOs for Smart India Hackathon, SPOC for VTU in Skill Development, Entrepreneurship, IPR, and Innovative Activities, SPOC for Indian Steps and Business Incubators Association, Vice President and Convener of MHRD's Institution Level Innovation Council, Senior Faculty Coordinator for National Innovation and Startup Policies Implementation, Convener of NAINS Institution Level Innovation Council, Advisor and Honorary Coordinator of JNNCE Newgen IEDC and JNNCE TBI, Faculty Advisor for JNNCE ESEL NAIN Creative Club Technical Activities and Programs Students Form Student and Staff Innovation Center, Coordinator for JNCE IP Cell and JNNCE Industry Institution Partnership Cell, Program Coordinator for Artificial Intelligence Center of Excellence supported by Qualitas Technologies Private Limited Bengaluru and Virtual Lab supported by NITK Surathkal, Vice President of PSITM Alumni Association from 22nd February 2020, Brand Ambassador of Education Chapter at Brand Shumoga Initiative, Member at Self-Employment Subcommittee of District Skill Committee. He has published 2 papers at international and national conference on creating and nurturing and building startup and entrepreneurial ecosystem in higher education institutions in Tier 2, Tier 3 cities. Management and Principles has registered startups and set up startups development and centers of excellence at JNNCE. Currently, he is coordinating with KSCST, VTPC, and VTU to establish an IPR cell at JNNCE, working towards establishing students and staff innovation cell. He is coordinating with few more student innovators on registering companies, filing patents, scale up business, coordinating with startups and MNCs on setting up CEOs and development centers at JNNCE. He has conducted and participated in various district level, state level, national level, and international conclaves, summits, hackathons, workshops, entrepreneurial sessions, IPR workshops, panel discussions, etc. He was a part of Jagrati Yatra 2019, the world's biggest entrepreneurial train journey, as a facilitator for 15 days to explore Middle India. He is coordinating, monitoring, mentoring project teams with innovative project ideas and guiding them in each and every step for the successful completion of product design. Also, he is supporting them by motivating the project teams towards getting patent and helping them in starting up their own ventures. Having a vision to establish the vibrant startup and entrepreneurial ecosystem across Karnataka, he is supporting and working together with many institutions and universities across Karnataka to set up and run incubation centers, entrepreneurship, skill development, and IPR cells, etc. He has a good network with government officials of various departments, chambers of commerce and professors, industrial experts, startup founders, incubator manager, entrepreneurs, investors, mentors, etc. across Karnataka, which will help to create startup and entrepreneurial ecosystem across Karnataka by helping the young innovators and startups to do innovations. Till date, he has been interacting with thousands of young minds, young innovators, startup founders, entrepreneurs, and supported up to 100 project teams, young innovators across Karnataka under various banners. As it rightly said, success is not accident. It is the hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrificing, and most of all, love on what you are doing and learning to do. We are really glad to have such a talented personality among us. Once again, I take the immense pleasure and proudly welcome Mr. Mallesh Kumar KS to this session on problem solving and ideation on behalf of all of us. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much, Aishwarya. Now I request our resource person Mallesh Kumar sir to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So thank you, Aishwarya, for the wonderful introduction. I thank Dr. Sunil Kumar BS, sir, who is the Dean Academics, GMIT Davangere, and Kirti Prasad, sir, who is the Assistant Professor, Department of ISC of GMIT. So I thank all the members and President, Convener of the Institution Level Innovation Council of GMIT Davangere. So it's indeed a great privilege for me to maybe present and address in this auspicious gathering. So due to the pandemic situation, we could not meet physically, but at least having all these platforms, we are very fortunate to get connected virtually and do all these wonderful events. So as we all know, like Government of India and Government of Karnataka, even the higher education ministries of Government of Karnataka and Government of India are bringing in lots of platforms. Maybe MHRD's Institution Level Innovation Council is one such platform which is really helping the higher education institutions to build, nurture, and take forward the innovation, startup, and entrepreneurial culture in all the higher education and higher educational institutions. So this is one of the wonderful platform which is almost existing in most of the higher education institutions across the country. And as we all know, like new national education policy 2020 is focusing on all these things. Whatever we are telling as an incubator, or whatever we deal with the activities as a institution level innovation council, probably national education policy 2020 is mainly focusing on all these aspects. So basically providing technically and technical knowledge and hands-on experience to the technical graduates. So that is the basic agenda of national education policy. And as an outcome, at least some percentage of students have to start their entrepreneurial journey as students itself. So that is the biggest advantage of the policies and the platforms nowadays. So we also have a national innovation and startup policy which is framed by Government of India. It is again supporting the students and the faculty to start their companies at campuses. So this is what I wanted to highlight at the beginning before I start with my presentation. So I think these are the platforms which are really helping the students and the college faculty, college management, etc., to build the innovation culture, startup and entrepreneurial ecosystem in all the higher educational institutions. That is what is really, really important, more than the regular way of teaching or regular way of curriculum activities. I think these kind of activities like this session, I think these are very much necessary and very much important for the engineering graduates. Basically, being in the technical education, probably they will have to have all this knowledge and awareness so that maybe they can take their innovative ideas into the product level, where they can even think of starting their startup and entrepreneurial journey. So that's it. That is the biggest advantage of having all these platforms. Having said that, I thank the team GMIT for inviting me for this particular program. I think I'm very much happy to address all of you regarding taking this session on problem solving and ideation. So basically, problem solving and ideation, I think as individuals, not only as engineering students, as individuals, we all deal with lot many problems in our day-to-day life. So how do we solve it as engineering students or being technical people is the question here. So that's where ideation plays a vital role. I think we all get lot many ideas. We'll have to figure it out which is the innovative idea, which is the idea which is required to for solve a existing problem. So these are the things which any individual needs to solve any given problem. So I think it's very much important to discuss all these things at this very early stage of being third year and fourth year engineering students. So in this particular session, I will be briefing about the problem solving and ideation, and also I will try to introduce all of you regarding the skill development, startups, entrepreneurship, and maybe being a role of incubator manager. I am privileged to brief you about the facilities which will be provided from an incubation center. So we can again discuss regarding maybe academic incubator as well. So I think these are the important things which I wanted to brief in this particular session. So I have been told that I will have to close this session by 4 o'clock. So we have around I think 1.5 hours for this session, and I have around 60 slides. I will try my best to cover as much things which I can cover. I will try to cover most of the things which I wanted to cover in this given time. So in this particular session, I will try to introduce problem solving and ideation, and I will try to introduce skill development and its importance. And introduction, I will try to introduce all of you regarding a startup and a entrepreneur. So we'll have to know the exact definition and exact meaning of startup and entrepreneurship. Again, we'll have to understand the ecosystem of an entrepreneur. So we'll have to understand the entrepreneurial ecosystem. Similarly, we'll have to understand the startup ecosystem. So as a higher educational institution like GMIT, I think we all have to think about having a very good ecosystem for all the existing entrepreneurs and also the startups. So this is what I will be touching upon. I think as students, understanding all these things will be really important, because unless you know all these things, I think you will never be able to take your ideas into a final viable product. That's where I think these things will really help you to get and understand the knowledge of all these things. Then this will be the content of this particular presentation. So let us understand what is problem solving. Basically, problem solving is the act of defining a problem. Basically, we all, as I was telling in earlier slide, so we all face and deal with so many problems in our day-to-day life. But being engineering students or being individuals or being technical people, how do we solve or how do we think about solving those problems is the question here. So problem solving is the process of solving a given problem. Being technical people, I think we'll have to have technical things in the solution. So that is what is the importance here. And determining the cause of the problem and identifying, prioritizing, and selecting alternatives for a solution. Again, maybe for a given single problem, we would have a set of solutions, but we'll have to find out the best solution with higher efficiency and higher impact. So that is what is the importance of knowing and having the knowledge of problem solving and implementing a solution. Again, to solve that problem, again, whatever the solution we would have, I think we'll have to implement that solution to solve that particular problem. Again, any problem solving will include a process. So any given problem, you will have to have a process to solve that problem. So any individual, any innovator should know the problem solving process for any individual problem which is given to him or her. So again, problem solving resources. Again, to solve any given problem, we always need a set of resources. So being an innovator, being a problem solver, we should be able to maybe know and understand the required resources to solve that given problem. So that's where again, as an incubator, as a higher educational institution, we will be happy to help all of you to maybe figure out which are the required resources for the solving a given problem. So this is the important thing which I wanted to highlight at this point. And again, coming to problem solving, firstly, we'll have to clearly define a problem. So I think we'll be having so many problems, but unless we define it in a proper manner, I think solving it will be a big question. So unless you have a defined definition for your problem, I think you will not be able to solve it to the with higher efficiency. So you'll have to define your problem first, then try to generate new ideas to solve that particular problem. And again, evaluate and select solutions. As I was mentioning in my earlier slide, we would have multiple set of solutions for a given single problem. So we'll have to figure out the best solution for that best to solve the problem in a best way. So that's how I think evaluation process takes a vital role in I think problem solving technique. So in implement and evaluate, again, any solution you have, I think unless you implement, you will not be able to know the exact impact of that solution. So hence you will have to implement that particular solution to all the given problems and try to evaluate and try to fine tune the things which are required to maybe have a higher efficiency in the solution. So that's how implementation and evaluation will also be helpful to solve any given problem. So this is what I wanted to highlight. So problem solving process, again, problem solving, it's a process. Basically, problem solving is a process where the innovator have to do that process to solve that problem. Especially, you will start with the identification of that problem. and then we'll try to define that particular problem statement and try to explore the maybe previously done research or previously available solutions for that particular problem. Then you will be able to find out the existing exact problem which is existing in the system. So that's how we will be able to define that particular problem. After exploring action again, unless you act, I think the solution will not be available. So action is an important thing here. And again, look back is maybe after you implement that particular solution to a given problem, you will have to look back and try to test and all other things you will have to do, maybe to maybe fine tune and make it a best solution for the given problem. So this is what, as an idea, I think all these are the ingredients of an idea. And again, steps to develop a problem solving skill. I think as an engineering student, all of you I think should be having this particular skill to solve a given problem. If it is a technical problem, as an engineering student, you should be able to decide the problem solving technique and problem solving methodology for a given particular problem. So any given problem, you will have to find out the questions. I think for the questions like where, who, how, when, whom, which, what, why. I think these are the basic questions for any given problem. We all should think about all these questions and try to answer all these questions, so that having the answers for all these questions, I think we should be able to figure out the problem definition and try to get the solution for that particular problem. So this is the basically this is a skill steps to develop problem solving skills. So this is how we can develop our problem solving skills. I think having a given problem statement, having the questionnaire like the mentioned questions here in the slide, we can have these answered for all the given problems, so that we'll be able to solve the given problem in a better manner. So I think this is also a very important thing which I wanted to highlight. Again, we are talking about ideation and we are talking about problem solving techniques. So I think as an individual, we all get lot many ideas. So how do you generate an innovative idea? So that is again a question. I think the events like what we are having today, this will really help you to get more knowledge than the curriculum, and events like ideathons, hackathons, and many other events will really help the students to brainstorm among themselves and try to generate innovative ideas for a given particular problem. So I think these kind of activities will really help to the students to think out of the box and maybe try to implement that particular generated solution to a given set of problems. So that's how idea generation is very, very much important to the engineering students at this age of time. So, and again, introduction to ideation. When we talk about ideation, ideation is again generation of ideas. How do you ideate is the question here. So that's again, we'll just talk about ideation here. So it's the process of developing and conveying perspective ideas to others, typically in a business setting. Especially, ideation is developing and conveying prescriptive ideas to others. So that's how ideation is like an idea. I think unless you express it to others, it will not be known to others. So it will be like in a team, you will have to share your ideas, maybe fine tune your ideas, rectify your doubts, etc. All these things will brainstorm and help you generate innovative ideas. So it describes the sequence of thoughts from the original concept to implementation. Again, for a given problem, this ideation process will really, really help an individual to generate innovative ideas to solve that particular problem. Again, ideation process involves all these five stages. This we again call it as a design thinking process nowadays. So design thinking basically is the process to maybe provide a solution for a given set of problems. So that's how, so we have all these stages in a particular ideation process. In this first stage will be the empathy stage, where you will empathize the given idea. Then you will try to define and understand, by understanding the ecosystem and the existing problem, we'll try to define your problem statement and try to ideate, and then prototype will be designed, and you will be trying to test that particular prototype with a set of customers or set of end users, where you will try to test and fine tune your particular prototype or product. Then you will maybe you can easily market your particular product to solve that particular problem. So that's how ideation or design thinking process is very much important or crucial in any innovation or any project. So that's how I think I wanted to highlight at this point. And again, we'll try to understand 6 ways to develop an innovative idea. I was talking in my previous slide because we all get lot many ideas, but we don't know how to generate an innovative idea. So with higher impact, with good result, etc. So we to get an innovative idea, I think brainstorming sessions will really play vital role. So first thing will be understand that particular innovation. Whatever the innovation you are going to do, you should have complete 100% knowledge on that. So that's what is the basic thing which is required. And don't wait. I think as early you will have to, as early as possible, you will have to start the process, start the innovation, start the research parts. Unless you start early, I think you will be failing to maybe innovate or probably launch your product to the market. So as start as early as possible, don't wait much. And again, encourage the team to think. If you have a strong team, if you have a team which is focusing on an innovation, encourage the team to think. I think if you have a team of 5 members, all 5 members have to take important role in the team, and maybe involve much and encourage them to think out of the box and think for the solution. And don't fear change. Again, if change, I think for any innovation, change is very much inevitable. So changes we cannot avoid. I think nowadays we have having this pace of technology disruption, probably change is inevitable for any innovation. So don't have fear for any change in your innovation. So lack of time is no excuse. Again, I think timing is very much important for an innovator. But to take your innovation to the outside world, I think time is very much crucial. You will have to make the use of timing, and you will have to have a time bound where you will be launching your product to the market as early as possible in the timeline. So, and again, look to the innovation leaders. Again, you will have to see the outside world. If you are an innovator, you may not be knowing everything. So unless you see the outside world, outside innovation leaders, I think you will not be understanding the I think the real-time environment or the existing solutions or the problems. So I think it's very important to understand and try to have a look into the innovation leaders around us. So it is also a very important thing. So these are the 6 ways to develop an innovative idea. Having a raw idea or having a crude idea, I think to make it an innovative idea, these steps I think every individual can follow and try to innovate, have an innovative idea for the existing solution. So again, for any idea generation or for any, I think problem solving, so I think you will have to have a skill. Unless you have a skill, I think each and everyone, every individual should have a set of skill. Otherwise, will not be able to get a job also. So nowadays, I think skills are the important factor which is really helping individuals to get high-paying jobs or maybe start their entrepreneurial journey, etc. So skill is the ability to do something well. It is the expertise of an individual. So basically skill, I think, as I was mentioning, starting from the layman to a bureaucrat or any other individual, I think skill is the basic set of skill will really help us differentiate among various individuals. So that's why skill is very much important. So to have a skill, I think skill development process is really important, because it is the process of identifying your skill gaps, developing and refining these skills. So firstly, we'll have to identify the skill gaps. Whatever I know, I should know that also. And again, whatever I don't know, again, I should know whatever I don't know also. So again, having all this knowledge, so we should know the skill gaps, whatever is the missing part which is not there, not existing in our skill set, we'll have to enhance or develop that particular skill to maybe have a good set of skills in our baggage. So that's how developing, again, having a good set of skills, I think we'll have to continuously try to develop and refine those existing skills in any individual. So to do an innovation, to become a problem solver, I think skill development is really important for every individual. So again, talking about skill development have various ingredients. So if you can see in this slide, I think we are able to see the experience here. I think to have a set of skill, I think all of us have to have a I think years of experience. Maybe as engineering students, you would have at least, I think, as you are aging around 16 years now, 16 or 17 years, probably you would have at least around 3 to 5 years of technical experience from as of now. So having this experience, how do you enhance the existing skill set as an individual? So that is the question here. So skill development is a continuous process. So that again requires an experience and the ability to develop your skill to maybe rectify your skill, etc. So ability also plays a vital role here. Growth, again, continuous skill development process will really help for the growth of an individual. It may be a personal or professional growth. So skill development is really, really required. And advanced training, like as we are having a session today, we would need so many trainings and workshops, seminars, etc., to really provide advanced training to the students or any individual innovators. So knowledge, again, skill development is the process to enhance your knowledge. So I think skill development really helps to maybe get knowledge, enhance knowledge, use your knowledge to solve a particular problem, or in your idea generation process also this knowledge will really, really help. So these are the basic ingredients. And again, learning, continuous learning will help you enhance your skills. And competence, again, as I was mentioning, every individual will be having separate set of skills. Having this competitive environment, being competent will really need a skill development process, in fact, a regular skill development process to this journey. And again, training, similar to this training, you need, we all need so much of training to maybe if you talk about a specific maybe let's take an example of artificial intelligence. So if you want to innovate in the sector, in the field of artificial intelligence to a given particular problem, I think you will have to get more number of trainings in the field of artificial intelligence, programming, etc. So that's how skill development is a continuous process for any individual. So all these ingredients or all these things will be really, really helpful to enhance any individuals, any innovators' skill sets. Again, coming to the next slide, skill development importance. Again, it is very much important for every individual. It is important because your skills determine your ability to execute your plans with success. So that's how it will determine. It will clearly determine your ability to execute. So I think that's how skill development is very much important for every innovator. In fact, so it will eradicate unemployment and poverty. Again, unless you have a skill nowadays, I think getting a job is also a hectic task. I think regular skill development process will really help you to get employed and avoid poverty in the country. So it will promote lifelong learning. Again, skill development process will promote lifelong learning, maintaining quality and relevance. So I think being a relevant innovator, to be a relevant innovator, in fact, so I think being in this 2020, I think technology disruption is happening every day and night. So I think being relevant to the actual existing ecosystem, existing environment, I think you will have to be relevant with the present technology. So that's where skill development really, really helps an engineering student, an innovator, to be to think innovative, to work innovative, etc. So it will channelize the vast potential of indigenous manpower. Maybe in today's program, I expect at least I think we have more than hundreds of students in this particular program. So each individual student will be having a different set of skill sets. So this will channelize your potential. This will channelize your future. So that's how skill development is very much important for every individual. It will transform India into a diversified and internationally competitive economy. Actually, in India, we have more than 60 to 65% of youth population, where we have the people of 18 to 35 years old. We have around 70% youth population in the country. So having this youth population, I think to transform India, I think skill development will play a vital role for the country development. Industry ready youths and entrepreneurs. Again, as engineering students, I think most of you will be planning to get a high paying job in very good companies. So if you want to get a high paying job, I think you must be industry ready. Unless you are industry ready, I think no industry will think of hiring you. So if they want to recruit you, I think you will have to have a very good skill set. That's where you'll be able to become an industry ready youth and an entrepreneur, having a set of skill set. So again, from the government side, as I work closely with the government of Karnataka ITBT department, so I wanted to highlight this thing with all the students here, because most of you will not be aware about these platforms for the skill development. So Skill India campaign, again, these are the different platforms which are available and existing for Indian youths. I think we have a national skill development mission in the government of India, and we have a national policy for skill development and entrepreneurship. So Pradhana Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana is also there. This is Prime Minister Skill Development Scheme. And again, we have Rural India Skill Loan Scheme is there. So Ministry of Skill Development, a separate ministry called Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship is there. National Skill Development Corporation, Indian Society for Training and Development. And again, we have various long-term and short-term schemes to promote skill development. Across the country, we have all these schemes. So the students who are attending this particular program can make a note of these, whichever is required, you can make a note of these platforms. So if you want to get more knowledge or more understanding about the platforms, funding and support, etc., I think you can just go through the websites. They have very good information which every individual can try to understand and utilize for their skill development process. So I wanted you people to understand these particular platforms to get benefits out of these platforms and try to enhance your skill sets to become industry ready youths as well as entrepreneurs in the coming years. So similar to Government of India, in the state government as well, we have so many platforms for the skill development process. So Karnataka state has a skill development policy, and we have Karnataka Kaushalya Mission. Department of Skill Development, Entrepreneurship and Livelihood is also there. This is the dedicated department which is existing and which is running very proactively across the state. Every district will be having a center of this particular center. So you can always visit this. I think in Davangere you can visit this office and try to get the benefits, the platforms, the events, the sessions, workshops, etc. So that will really help you to get more knowledge and more opportunities to enhance your skill sets. Again, Directorate of Employment and Training is also there. Department of Industries and Commerce, I think DIC is very popular nowadays. So all the existing successful companies and industries of any district will be registered under DIC. So DIC will be having a database of all the existing industries of Davangere. You can visit DIC if you want to incorporate a company, if you want to get more knowledge on the industrial ecosystem of Davangere. I think you can easily have a visit to DIC. I think, as I'm aware, I think DIC office is very much closer to GMIT campus. So Karnataka Skill Development Authority is also there. Karnataka Skill Development, similar to NSDC, we have KSDC in state. And Government Tool Room and Training Center is a GTTC setup is also available. I think in Shimoga we have, I'm not sure about in Davangere, whether it is there or not. So this kind of a tool room is a state and central funded. So this is really providing students to get very good training and technical aspects. This is almost like a diploma course. So after completion of this course, I think students are getting high paying jobs in and around the country. And Karnataka German Technical Training Institute is there, and CDOC is there. CDOC office is again, CDOC head office is very much closer to GMIT campus in Davangere. This is the Center for Entrepreneurship Development of Karnataka. They are also conducting so many platforms and events for Indian youths. You can also take part. I think the college can also run these kind of activities under the institution level innovation council. So Disha is one of the platform under CDOC. So Disha is a platform where entrepreneurship guidance will be given for the aspiring entrepreneurs and the budding entrepreneurs of any given city. In Davangere also you have a Disha office which is very much closer to GMIT campus. So RootSet again from Dharmasthala institution and Canara Bank Association, this RootSet is also conducting lot many training programs for the youths of the state to get skill enhancement programs. Yuva Yuga is one of the program which is driven by ITBT department, Government of Karnataka. This is basically for technical students. So GMIT being a higher education institution in engineering, I think students of engineering stream can get benefited with the Yuva Yuga platform, where they will associate the college with the bigger companies like Google, Microsoft, etc., where the students will be eligible and able to get certified courses with these companies, and which will really help them to learn the cutting edge technologies, apply these technologies and programs to implement their projects in the curriculum as well as in their entrepreneurial journey. So this will really help, and many more. So many more such platforms are available from the state and central governments to enhance your skill sets to maybe become a good innovator or a problem solver in your day-to-day life. Entrepreneurship, again, now we'll try to understand what is a startup and what is an entrepreneur, or who is an entrepreneur, or what is entrepreneurship. entrepreneurship, probably as engineering students, I think we will study this in either 5th or 6th semester of your engineering. Maybe we'll not take it much seriously as an engineering student, but I always feel that this subject is really, really helpful for an engineering student to start a new thinking and new journey as an entrepreneur. Maybe from that particular day one, they can start thinking in this direction, dimension, etc. So entrepreneurship is the activity of setting up a business or businesses, taking on financial risks in the hope of profit. Especially entrepreneurship is not so easy. Entrepreneurship is a hard path. Unless I think if this is a easy path, I think all people, all individuals will try to start their entrepreneurial journey. As it is a financial risk, and I think it's not so easy. It's a hard path. So having this bitter experience, most of the entrepreneurs and startups will fail to become an successful entrepreneur in this journey. So having these reasons, most of the entrepreneurs most of the individuals will not think of becoming entrepreneurs. Rather, they will try to become maybe high paying. They will try to get high paying jobs. So nowadays, getting a job is also difficult. So that's how maybe many people, even forcefully, they are trying to start their entrepreneurial journey. So at this point of time, I will try to play I have a small video, and that will quickly tell you about the life of an entrepreneur, and the risk, the pressure in which an entrepreneur lives, and the success story of an entrepreneur. I think we have a maybe one and a half a minute video here. I think you all can have a quick
Most people
look
only
at this.
pay attention to the final product of a successful entrepreneur. They say things like, I can never be like them, or they got lucky. What most don't see is what they've overcome. All the struggles, the daily rejections, the heartaches, the betrayals, the rumors, the criticism, the empty bank account, and all those lonely nights while trying to make their vision a reality. You see, the only difference between the one who quits and the one who doesn't is that they showed up every day. They worked hard every day. They hustled every day. They learned from a proven mentor every day. They improved every day. They did all this even though they felt like quitting every day. And eventually, they became who they are today.
I think you were able to see that video. Can anyone acknowledge me regarding the visibility of the video? Was it visible? Was it audible? Kirti Prasad sir, was it audible? Was it visible?
Yes, sir, it was.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So having a look at that video, I think we can understand and we can see the life of an entrepreneur. So I think at the end of the video, you were able to see his success story, right? You saw his company. So even though having that kind of a bigger company, he had lot many pressures and lot many hardships in that journey. So at the end of the day, I think your success will I think give you that particular happiness as an entrepreneur. So that's what is the importance of entrepreneurship. So I think all of us have to think in this dimension also. Maybe when we join as an engineering student, our aim maybe will be to get a high paying job, but maybe at least 1 or 2% students will have to think in this direction, where you can easily take your innovative idea into a maybe successful company in the coming years. So that's what is the important of becoming an entrepreneur. So again, when we talk about startup, a newly emerged business venture, that aims to develop a viable business model to meet a marketplace need or a problem. Basically, startup means an entrepreneurship again. So it is a company. Startup is a company. So in India, we call if it is less than 7 years old, and if it is having an annual turnover of less than 25 crores, we call it or we treat it as a startup. So for a startup in India, we have lot many platforms from the Government of India and Government of Karnataka. We are, I think, government departments, various departments of the governments are really handholding and supporting the Indian budding startups to maybe sustain their companies and maybe scale up their business and give maybe to be a good innovator, good problem solver as a startup. I think the government is very much keen to support the Indian startups to maybe do wonderful job as a startup company. So this is what is the importance of this particular program. I think after attending these kind of programs, I think you should change your think of way of thinking. I think all of us will not be able to get high paying jobs. I think some of us will maybe, if we have an innovative idea, if we are technically sound, I think it's better to have this way of thinking also. I think this will really help you people to start your own companies. Maybe being a student of Davangere, if you are maybe or any other place, I think you can start your company being in Davangere or any other place of Karnataka or any other place of the country. I think you can start your own company and you can be your boss. So this is what is the importance and happiness of being an entrepreneur, being a startup founder. So this is what is the importance here. Again, entrepreneurship, again, as engineering students, we would think like if entrepreneurship just starts with doing a project. So entrepreneurship is not just doing a project, because being engineering students, we would do 3 to 4 projects maybe before your eighth semester. So you would do so many hobby projects, so many small mini projects, and your final year project as well. So these projects will not help you to maybe start your entrepreneurial journey. So unless you take your product to the market, unless you take your product to the final viable product stage, so you will not be able to take it and make it a I think outside available product and start your company. So to become an entrepreneur, you should think beyond doing a project. So again, to develop any product, any viable product, you should try to take your innovative idea into a proof of concept. And that's how I think proof of concept, as engineering students, you can understand like maybe by building a working prototype, we can call it as a proof of concept. So today you have an innovative idea with you. I think in previous slide we have told you to maybe fine tune your idea, rectify your idea, make it a very good idea with a very good problem solving technique, etc. Having all that, having an innovative idea, your job is to convert your innovative idea into a proof of concept or a prototype as an engineering student. So once you have a working executable proof of concept or a prototype, then you will be able to take that particular prototype into the product stage. So this is where I think most of the engineering students, including our college students, I think most of the students will fail in this. So they will only build this first level proof of concept or the prototype, and they will feel that they have done everything and their product is ready for the market. So that is not so. Actually, you will have to take your product or the prototype to the final viable product stage, where this product should be maybe you should be able to sell this to the existing set of customers. So that's how I think taking an idea into a proof of concept and then into a product is a very much important thing in this particular journey. And again, testing, I think regular testing will really help you to I think make your product the best one, because unless you test it, I think you'll not be able to solve the small problems or small errors which are existing in your prototype or the product. I think regular testing will help you to enhance the efficiency, enhance the look and feel of the product, etc. So testing will really help you to take your idea into a product stage. And again, importance of skill and will. I think by attending all these events, I think you will be getting a set of skills, and you may be having a set of skills already, but the will is also a important thing here, because unless you have the will to start something new or maybe to solve a problem, I think these set of skills will be of no use. So I think having all these skills, it's your responsibility to have that willpower to start this new wonderful journey where you will try to innovate, you will try to solve that problem, you will try to start your own company, etc. So these things will really help you to become a good innovator at this young age. I think this will really help. So having the willpower will really help you to utilize and maybe enhance your skill sets as well. So this is very, very important. So any entrepreneurial journey will starts with an idea and a strong team. So if you want to become an entrepreneur, if you want to start a company, so basically every company, most of the companies, if you see any big companies now, existing companies, I think most of the companies started with innovative ideas, or any, I think one single idea may also lead to a wonderful, successful company in the coming years. So every entrepreneurial journey will start with an innovative idea and a strong team. Again, to make your idea better one, good one, I think you should have a strong team. Unless you have a strong team, probably you will be failing to maybe take your idea to the global level. So small ideas. Maybe if you see Ola, Uber, or any other platforms, probably all those ideas are looks very simple, but the impact or the utilization of that particular idea made those companies bigger companies. So I think having all those examples, I think it's the individuals or the team's role is to make that idea a good one or a better one. So starts with an idea and a strong team. Again, commitment, having that particular strong team, commitment and perseverance is really, really important. Unless you have a strong commitment, I think you will not be able to convert your innovative idea into a viable product. So hence you will have to have a strong commitment and perseverance in the team. And again, hardship, as I was mentioning in my previous slide, entrepreneurship journey is not so it's not an easy path. It involves hardship. It involves your dedication, everything. So having all these hardships, your commitment and perseverance and will really help you to maybe come out of these hardships and try to maybe get good success story of your startup. Again, IPR, probably IPR is most of the students will be listening for the first time. IPR is the intellectual property right. Intellectual property right basically is the right of an individual to protect his particular novel innovation or invention. So any invention, you can just try to protect. If you want to protect your invention or innovation, intellectual property rights is the only thing which can help you to protect your idea from others. So maybe other experts can easily steal your idea, right? So if you want to protect your idea from other experts or other people, I think you will have to have intellectual property right in your name or in your company's name. So if you have a maybe to give an example, if you had an idea, then now you have after doing the project, you have a final viable product in your company. If you want to protect your product, I think a good thing is to protect your innovation, protect your product, protect your solution, etc. So these are the things you can protect through this intellectual property right. So for this IP protection, we have patent cells. Patent cells nowadays, I think even GMIT is having the patent cell there. I think one of the professor is heading that particular patent cell in the college. I think you also have a patent policy for the college GMIT campus. I think maybe in and around Shumaga, I think GMIT was the first college to have a patent cell with the support of KSCST. So having a patent cell, I think will be able to file an IPR on your innovation, innovative idea, etc. So one note I want to mention here, because being engineering students will get lot many ideas. So if you think your idea is novel, if you think your idea is unique, try to maybe search for the patent availability. If there is no patent available in this particular domain or in this particular innovation, I think you can easily try to file a patent on your innovation. So in which you'll be able to get patent attorneys and patent cells like GMIT is having. These cells will be able to help all of you to protect your innovative ideas, innovative products, etc. So in company incorporation, again, you had an idea, you have converted that idea into a product now. So having that particular product, you can easily start your company now. So at this, having all this experience, you will be easily able to run your company. After incorporation, you will be easily able to run your company. Once you have a single product, maybe your team can take care of marketing that product and selling that product, etc. Maybe you and one more focused team can focus on maybe building solutions for other problem statements, etc. So that's how you can try to think of company incorporation and startup registration after this success story. And product launch, again, I think as engineering students, we all do so many projects. in our laboratories, in our final year project, etc. But will not be eligible to launch our product. So to launch a product, you should be a registered entity. So to be a registered entity, you will have to incorporate your company. You'll have to register your startup in various banners, etc. So in my next later slides, I will be explaining you how to incorporate a company and all other things I will try to cover in my next slide. So if we talk about entrepreneurship and startup ecosystem, so these are the various ingredients you can see in any entrepreneurial ecosystem, where you can see the funding here, opportunity is there, organizations are there, passion is there, money is there, resources will be available, and so many things, so many existing companies will be there, workers will be there, cloud space will also be there, many things, skills will be there, corporate sector will involve, careers will be there, venturing will be there. So these are the different ingredients of any entrepreneurial journey. So I think I just wanted to show this to all of you. So I think this slide is very, very important, because most of you were thinking of getting a high paying job till this point. So now you just see this slide. I think you, by seeing this slide, you will be able to easily maybe make out the changes of an employee as or an entrepreneur, right? So if you see the employees, they're not confident enough. They're all I think they're all following the, already they'll be having a set of rules and regulations. They will be simply following that particular set of rules and regulations. Almost we can say that they're blindly following most of the things. And if you see the entrepreneur here, you can differentiate the confidence levels of the entrepreneur as well as employees, right? So the entrepreneur looks very much confident here. He is ready to take up any given risk. So that is the most good thing which we can see in most of the existing entrepreneurs as well. So I wish most of you will be thinking of in this dimension, because being an entrepreneur is not so easy. At least some of you start thinking in this direction. Maybe few of you will be retained as entrepreneurs in Davangere itself. So that is what is the importance of this particular program. So if you see this slide, I think we all would think like becoming an entrepreneur is good, right? So I think at this point of time, we will be able to figure out the difference. So you will have to decide whether you want to become an employee or an entrepreneur. So at this point, you will try to think in this direction. I wish most of you will try to, maybe by at least by seeing this slide, you will maybe have this. In Hindi we call it as a kida. So you would have this entrepreneurial kida in your mind from today. So if you maybe not, if not soon after your engineering, in your regular maybe after getting 5 years or so of experience in any industry, I think it's better to start your own entrepreneurial journey, which will really help you to maybe have a very good personal life as well as very good professional life as well. So in any entrepreneurial journey, I think initial years will be very much tough, very much hard. But once you reach a level where your product is very good, very well sold outside, your product is liked by your set of customers, and so many other things, your company is doing so well, you have so many employees, you are doing so much of innovation, invention, etc. Maybe from that point of time, I think you will try to feel the exponential growth of your professional and personal life. But as an employee, you will not be you will not be able to experience exponential growth here. I think we'll only have the, maybe we can say, very nominal growth as a employee we can see and experience. But as an entrepreneur, you can always maybe enjoy that exponential growth, which will help you to scale up your business and enjoy your personal life, etc. Many other things you can do as an entrepreneur. And again, we were talking about startup from the previous slide. So we'll have to understand the startup ecosystem here. So any startup will have an innovative idea, and the team will have to have a very good set of goals, and I think which will be like short-term goals and long-term goals. This they will have to clearly define and work for the achievement of those goals as a very good strong team. And in any startup, innovations will be happening. And as I was mentioning in my previous slides, I think a strong team will really help any startup to become successful and sustain their company. I think having this technology disruption and having lot many competitors, I think sustaining company is not so easy. For sustaining your company, for scaling up your business, I think these are the very much crucial entities which are considered. And again, business plan, again, for any company, any startup, business plan is very much essential. I think the institution level innovation council can organize a dedicated session on the business plan, where the students will get to know most of the things which are required for an innovator to write a business plan. We use business model canvas also to fill the business plan. I have in my slide, but I will try to cover, because we are left almost with 1 more hour now. We'll try to finish business plan as well in this particular session. Again, money is also a very much crucial thing, because money is very much important to start your company. So starting from the incorporation process, starting from the taking your idea into a product, and various other things, you need money for the recurring and non-recurring expenditures. You will have to have a good amount of money to have this journey. So money is also a very good, very important thing in a startup journey. And scalability, again, scalability is also very good thing here, because as a startup, you may not be like maybe first 5 years it's okay, but after 5 years you will have to you will have to try to scale up your business. So scaling up is also a crucial part in any startup. So these are the, again, repetition of the previous slide. So any startup, any entrepreneur will have journey will have this problem statement in the initial stage, and then the idea or solution for the existing problem, and then the team, which is very, very strong team, and the mentor. Again, mentor may be from academia or industry. We always, as engineering students, we would always take our own college faculty members as engineering project guides. But I would also suggest all of you to try to take industry mentors, and maybe academic mentors as well. You can always have this advantage, because mentors will help you to fine tune your idea, take your idea to the product stage, etc. So by doing this project, you will get a very good hands-on experience, where you may try to start your entrepreneurial journey. So mentoring is a vital role in any startup or entrepreneurial journey. And again, investors, as I was explaining in my previous slide, I think money is a crucial part to start and run the company. So investors will play a vital role. We have the government investors, we have private investors, like VC funding is there, angel funding, and various other kinds of funding is available. As an investment, you can get huge amount of funding in the early stage as well as in the mid stage of your company. So these are the basic things which I wanted to highlight. Again, business plan is very much crucial for any innovator. Revenue model, financial projection, I think these things I will try to cover in my upcoming slides. Scale up again. Yeah. So again, we were talking about entrepreneurship. We'll try to understand the entrepreneurial ecosystem. So what are all the things which will be available in an entrepreneurial ecosystem? Maybe you can think, as a higher education institution, as a GMIT college, you can have this view. And also, being in Davangere, you can try to correlate this ecosystem with your Davangere ecosystem, because as we all know, Davangere has a very good industrial ecosystem. So having that particular industries and academic background, probably being in Davangere, you can easily get this ecosystem support to maybe do your innovation, start your company, etc. So any entrepreneurial ecosystem will have I think government policy will have an impact on the entrepreneurial ecosystem. So government policy, I think government policy keeps on changing. So policy makers will change usually by 3 years or 5 years. They will try to change government policies for the companies and startups. So this will have a huge impact on the startup or companies. So this will also be available in the ecosystem. Regulatory framework and infrastructure will be there. Funding and finance will be there. Culture, again, most of the startups will be dealing with the culture of the citizens of the country, because if you see the culture, maybe I had been to Rajasthan earlier. So in Rajasthan, we have seen people wearing petas, right? So in Rajasthan, if you start a company and maybe different structure, different colored petas, etc., I think you'll be easily able to sustain your startup. So if you start the same company in Davangere or Shimoga, maybe you would fail to run your company or sustain your company, because you don't have that culture here, right? Most of the people will be like, they'll not be happy to wear a peta or a rumal, we say in Kannada. So I think you will have to understand the culture of that particular region to start your company. So culture is also a very good ingredient of an entrepreneurial ecosystem. Again, as I was mentioning, mentors, advisors, and support systems, this will be very much crucial in an entrepreneurial ecosystem. Universities as catalysts, again, I think we all belong to Vishwesvaraya Technological University. Similar to VTU, we have so many other universities across Karnataka, across the country. So we can have all these universities as catalysts, university professors, chancellors, and all the supporting staff in this particular ecosystem. As a catalyst, we can have their support as well. And education and training, I think education and training is also very much important. That's how institution level innovation council is also providing training for students. And human capital and workforce, again, human capital and workforce is very much important for any existing company or any newly born startup. I think human capital and workforce is very much essential. Local and global markets, again, for any startup, for any company, local and global markets will have huge impact on the startup growth or startup sustaining. So when it comes to startup ecosystem, again, I have been explaining all these things. So it will be having innovative ideas, and startups at various stages will be existing in the ecosystem. Entrepreneurs will be there. Startup team members will be existing in the ecosystem. Investors will be there. Mentors will be there. Advisors will be there. Other entrepreneurial people will be there. People from related organizations will be available in the ecosystem. Support organizations will be there. Big companies, big existing companies will be there. Universities will also be available in the startup ecosystem. Funding organization will be there. Here we can have government agencies as well as private sector funders will also be there. Service providers, research organizations, etc. So these are the various ingredients which will be available in the startup ecosystem. I think we have spoke enough on the idea generation process. Generating an idea is very much crucial, because we all see so many problems, but I think most of us try to avoid or maybe try to neglect those kind of problems. I think rather than doing that, we'll have to try to generate innovative ideas to solve that particular maybe set of problems which we see in day-to-day life. Again, I think I have explained all these things in my previous slides itself. So idea generation, again, no idea is simple. It depends on the innovator. It depends on the team to make it as a global discussion. Because if you see most of the companies, like I think most of the service-based companies, the idea or the solution looks very simple, but the impact which they have created is maybe very much important. So that's how they are making their ideas into a they are taking their ideas into a global market. That's how an innovator can make a simple idea into a globally known or globally aware idea. So that's how no idea is simple here. And know how good is your opportunity. Again, you should know as an innovator your opportunity. How good is your opportunity? I think you should know this, know the answer for this particular question. And any innovation, any solution, any thing you do as a startup, as an innovator, that should be unique, innovative, and efficient. So UIE, you can have a shortcut of this. So any innovation, any solution, that should be unique, that should be innovative, that should be efficient. So all these criteria will maybe really help you to sustain your product, take your product to the market, etc. So uniqueness, innovation, efficiency. So these are the, I think, criteria you can call maybe for the successful implementation of your problem solution, and also successful marketing of your product. So these are the ingredients. And project team, again, as engineering students, we always have same departmental and same students from the same semester. So I always motivate students of engineering colleges to have interdepartmental project team and also intercollegiate teams, because this will make you really focus on all the aspects of the project. Because if you have, maybe if you are the students from IS department, let's take an example of IS department. Probably you are all very good at coding and all other things, but if you want to fabricate a prototype, or if you want to bring in automation, I think you need electronics and mechanical students here. So that's how I think having interdepartmental students will really help you to maybe have a final product at the end of the project implementation process. Intercollegiate, again, this will again help you, because I will give you an example. Maybe as engineering students, as department of ISE or any other departmental students, he would be maybe doing a project on maybe let's say agriculture and allied fields. So if you want to implement a product or solution for a problem which is existing in the agriculture and allied sector, so if you have a mentor from agricultural college or agricultural university, or if you have set of students from agricultural college, so then it will be really helpful to understand the maybe from their perspective. I think it's understanding the innovation, understanding the solution, understanding the problem statement. I think having this intercollegiate team will always help you to maybe take your idea into the product stage. So that's how intercollegiate will also help. Probably if we take example, I think we can collaborate with agricultural colleges, veterinary college, medical college, and all other degree colleges where we can collaborate and do very good innovative projects together. So that's how we can make interdepartmental and intercollegiate teams. And a strong team, again, a strong committed team is very much required for any innovation to happen. And learning cutting edge technologies, I think we all know that there is a huge gap between industry and academia. So whatever the technology, whatever the programming language which is used by the existing industries, I think are not taught by the curriculum nowadays. So to bridge this gap only, I think institution level innovation council is conducting, or these kind of platforms will conduct so many workshop sessions, etc., to the students to learn cutting edge technologies. I think that student team will have to learn these cutting edge technologies to take their ideas to the product stage. And mentoring, regular mentoring from industry and academy expert is also very much important, because unless we have the mentoring and problem statements from industry or academy experts, probably we'll fail to maybe have the final viable product as a outcome. So I think if you don't have a mentor, if you don't have a proper mentor, maybe we would hardly build a working prototype, but we'll not be able to maybe implement that particular product or service in the real-time environment. So that's where I think the mentor connection is very much crucial. And survey, market research and analysis, again, I think before even starting a project, before even starting a idea implementation, I think our job should be to do a survey, market research and analysis. Unless you analyze, unless you do this market research or survey, you will not be able to understand the existing ecosystem, existing competitors, etc. So to understand all these, I request all of you, I think before even starting a project, try to do a survey, market research and analysis. And nowadays what we tell is that I think we all use Google to understand and know so many things in day-to-day life. So Google is also having a patent search engine. So if you Google patents on Google search engine, so you will enter Google patents search engine, where you will you can try to search for the Google patent availability for your innovation, for your project. So once it is available, once you understand the importance of your project, then only you please start working on your project. Otherwise, it will be of no use. Faster implementation and launch, again having this pace of technology disruption. So as early as possible, you will have to implement and launch your product. So that's again is very much important. And any incomplete idea, any incomplete project, any incomplete product is of no use. So that will be kept in your laboratory or a four-walled rooms. So you cannot take out of your lab or out of your four-walled room unless it is a complete idea, complete product or complete project. So your job should be to maybe complete, to have the complete product as an output or outcome. So try to bring out of four walls. Again, any innovation, if you do in a laboratory or in a four-walled room in your campus or in your home, etc. So try to bring out of that four walls. I think for bringing out of four walls, again, that should be complete. That product should be complete. Make it open for the world to see it, to use it, etc. Because unless you open it to the outside world, unless you show it to the outside world, it will be of no use. That is what is called as successful implementation. And again, any innovation, any solution you build as a innovator, as a problem solver, that should be cheaper, better, and faster. Again, this again you should keep in your mind. So again, any product, I think it should be cheaper, better, and faster. That's where you will be able to convince your customer. You will be able to get more number of customers for your products. Again, maybe being an innovator, I think first product we can easily sell it to our family or friends. Okay, first product we can always sell it to the closest person whom you know. But how do you get a second customer is the question here, because getting second customer is not so easy. Because I think, as you maybe all of us are customers for so many other entrepreneurs here. So take an example of a toothpaste or a toothbrush or a soap. Okay, I think no investor, no innovator, or no entrepreneur will be able to force us, right? Unless we like it, unless we know its importance, we'll never purchase a maybe unknown brand, or maybe whichever is not required to us, will not be purchasing that. Even though it is of 10 rupees or 20 rupees, I think we'll be very much maybe I think we'll decide it on our own, right? We'll not be influenced with any other people. So that's how I think, if you see from the customer side, you will understand the importance of your product again. I think you'll have to see, as an entrepreneur, as an innovator, you should also see your product from the customer's point of view. That is also important here. And how do you get your second customer is the question. Unless you have something good, something very important, and something required, something needful, I think no customer will buy your products. Again, to I think having an innovative idea, so you should know these basic things in the early stage itself. So once you have the final product, then then if you are thinking in this dimension, it will be of no use for a innovator. So I think, how do you get your second customer? I think this question you will have to have from the day one. So as I was mentioning in my previous slides, I think an innovator should do a survey and market research. So market research and survey will really help you to get the understanding of the current scenario, current market, etc. So this will help in making well-informed business decisions. Again, market survey will help you to decide market decisions and business decisions of your product. I think this we can only do having a good market survey, market research, etc. The importance of market research should never be underestimated, especially for those starting a new business. So if you want to start a new business, both market survey and market research are very much crucial to think whether to start this journey or not. Also will help you maybe in the early stage itself. So that's how I think market survey and research are very much essential. I think by doing survey and market research, you will be able to understand the target audience to exploring potential customers. So target audience, then you'll be understanding the potential customers for your product. Market research gives businesses a competitive edge, allowing them to thrive in new environments, etc. So that's how I think market research will really help you to understand all these basic things. Again, before starting a business, every individual, as an engineering student, I think you will have to understand all these things. So before starting a business, one should research these things. So what all these things we'll try to understand now. Select a type of business and consider its effects on taxes and liability. So once you have an innovative idea, once you are ready to start your business, then you should be able to understand all types of business and select a particular type of business for your particular startup. So that's how you will have to understand the type of business and consider its effects on taxes and liability, because various types of startups, various types of products and services needs various types of business, which will really enhance the profit of the entrepreneur. So that's how I think this is very crucial for an innovator to understand the type of business and its effects on taxes and liability. And competitors identification, again, having this survey and market research done, I think you will be able to understand the competitors for your product, for your startup company, etc. So you should be having a clear picture of the competitors now by now, and understand target audience. I think for any given product, for your particular product or service, you should be able to understand the target audience. So for whom you are selling your product, you should be knowing that thing. And choose company's name. Again, you will have to put a very good catchy name for your company. Again, I think most of the companies' name we usually remember very easily, right? I think Ola, Uber, Facebook, WhatsApp, etc. So these are the companies where probably we always remember, and we'll never forget all these things. Amazon, Flipkart, etc. So these are very catchy names. So similar to all these names, probably relating to your company or relating to your taste, probably you can put a catchy name for your company. And branding new business, again, branding plays a vital role. Branding and marketing, again, this is also very crucial for a startup. And develop overall web presence. Again, to have this web presence, nowadays we have a social media support from various other startups and companies, where you will be projecting your products, projecting your services of your company, etc. So web presence is really important nowadays. I think as a startup, you need to have a website, you need to have a application mobile app is also required. So similar to that, you can enhance the facilities for the web presence, and prepare a business plan. Again, business plan preparation is also crucial for any startup. Find sources of funding. Again, to start with a new business, funding is very much crucial. Amount is required to start a company. So that's where I think you can get support from banks also there, and you can get support from friends and family and private and government investors also there. I think incubators like us will be happy to help all the budding stage entrepreneurs or budding stage startups or aspiring entrepreneurs. Will be happy to help them in all these aspects. So licensing and legal documentation, again, for this you can consult a company secretary or a CA, chartered accountant, who will be happy to help you to licensing and legal documentation for your company. So these are the basic things which I wanted to highlight at this point. Yeah. Okay, we can skip these things. I think as engineering students, most of you know what is SWOT analysis. As an young innovator, I think SWOT analysis is very much essential to understand the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of your startup or of your product or service. So this SWOT analysis is a useful technique for understanding your strengths, weaknesses, for identifying both the opportunities open to you and threats you face. So I think doing a SWOT analysis at the early stage will really help you to understand your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So that's how we can try to enhance your opportunities and strengths, and also to we can try to avoid your weaknesses and threats. So this is again important. I think SWOT template, most of you would have seen the SWOT template for the SWOT analysis, which can be used for SWOT analysis. All of you can make a note of SWOT template. So you can just Google it. It is readily openly available for all the young innovators here. So you can just get it downloaded and try to make a note of your strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats for your. So this analysis, you can do it as an individual and as an innovator for your idea, or as an entrepreneur, you can do it for your startup or a company. So these are the important things which I wanted to hear. Again, strengths, weaknesses, I think these are very basic thing. So that what advantages does your organization have? This again, these points are as a startup, if you are thinking, these points are considered as a startup. So basically this I wanted to highlight here. Strengths, in strengths we also have the unique selling proposition. For any innovator, for any entrepreneur, unique selling proposition is very important. Please understand this. USP is the unique selling proposition. So this is the maybe we can tell this as a uniqueness or the novelty of your project or the final product or solution. So this, and you will have to clearly understand about what is your unique selling proposition at this. So that will be your strength. Again, weakness, again, as an entrepreneur or as an entrepreneur, what could you improve, what should you avoid, etc. So all these things we'll have to understand. And opportunities, what good opportunities can you spot, etc. So opportunities, again, as an innovator or entrepreneur, you should know these basic things. And threats, again, what obstacles do you face and what are your competitors doing? Again, these are again your competitors. Some of your customers, you can treat them as your threats. So they may affect your maybe the selling your product or maybe running your company, etc. So these things again we'll have to focus on. Our quality standards or specifications for your job, products or servicing changing, etc. So these are the things which you can just have a look at. So again, I will have to highlight business model at this point, because most of the engineering students will not be knowing about what is business plan and all. So basically, a business plan is a document that describes a new business, its products and services, how it will earn money, leadership and staffing, financing, operations model, and other details that are essential to both operation and success. So basically, business plan will have all your innovative ideas, all your implementation sets of rules and regulations, operation model, and customer segment, etc. So for any business innovator or an entrepreneur, business model canvas template can be used to prepare a business plan. I will be explaining you this business model canvas template in the coming slides. So business model canvas will really help the beginner, the aspiring entrepreneurs to understand a business model and try to write a business model canvas for their innovative ideas or for their startup company. So revenue model, is a framework for generating revenues. Again, it's a framework to basically your generated revenues, and it identifies which revenue source to pursue, what value to offer, how to price the value, and who pays for the value, etc. So these things you can clearly define in your revenue model. Financial projection, again, whatever the I think whatever the profit you have, future revenues and expenses you will mention clearly in the financial projection. Typically, the projection will account for internal or historical data, will include a prediction of external market factors. So in general, you need to develop both short and mid-term financial projections. So basically, as a company, you will have to develop both short and mid-term financial projections for the companies. I think these things will be like, it will be very early stage for all of you to understand the revenue model and financial projection. Probably at this point of time, it's better you please understand the business plan writing, so that you can try to write this particular business plan for your innovative idea. So business plan, this is the plan to implement ideas into action, contains strategies, systems, processes to convert your innovative idea into a final viable innovation or product or solution. Again, you can follow a business model and not copy, because maybe having all these competitors and having all these existing companies, you can try to see their business model, but you can follow a business model but not copy paste the exact business model of any other company. You can try to learn others' business model and try to figure out a new business model for your new business. So business has to be unique, keeps on changing. Again, business has to be unique, and business model should also be unique. Every business model should be unique. Unless it is unique, I think sustaining your company will be very difficult. Uniqueness leads to sustainability. Again, unless you are novel, unless you are unique, sustainability is very, very difficult for a company. And business model has to be compared with competitors. Again, it can be compared. If it is required, you can always compare, and then you can try to rectify the required things and also fine tune the required things, etc. You can make your business model the best one by doing all these comparisons. And break-even point, again, break-even point is the point where your company will have no profit or no loss for the company. This is the point where until break-even point, your company will be running in a loss. So once you reach the break-even point, you will be having no profit, no loss. This is the point where, this is the break-even where your company or a startup will start generating revenue or start gaining profit from your company. So business model basically depends on how much you are in love with your innovative idea. So how much you are in love with your innovative idea means, I think this again, business model is really, really dependent on your confidence, knowledge, etc. on your innovative idea. A good business plan can take an idea to any extent. So that is what I was telling in my previous slide. So any small innovation or any small idea can be made bigger with a strong business plan. So it should be innovative. It is innovatable because any startup, any company needs to. I think this is a really, really required, needed one. Any startup, any innovator should have a business plan, business model canvas to start his or her entrepreneurial life. So it's a structured way of planning. Basically, business plan is a structured way of planning and analyzing any kind of business. So BMC is recommended. Again, business model canvas is the template which is recommended for doing this for the beginners or the aspiring entrepreneurs. Business model canvas is the easy canvas which will help you to write your business plan. So for whom user, so business model canvas will help you understand for whom you are going to build this product. Maybe the customer segment we can call, or the maybe the end users you can call. And what is your product? Especially you will have to know what is exactly is your product. So that is what you will be clearly defining in your business model canvas. And how are you going to do this or implement this particular product? So how, again, here you will be mentioning the process or the strategies which are required for the conversion of your idea into product. And why are you doing this? Again, maybe any problem solving or any ideation or innovation will be done for a purpose, right? So this why should be clearly defined here, because unless you know the answer for this why, I think you will be failing to launch this product. So unless you have a strong answer for this why, then I think you'll be failing in this particular entrepreneurial journey. And profit again, any business, any startup, even though we focus on the innovation, even though we focus on the problem solving part, profit is also the criteria where the people or the individual will think of becoming an entrepreneur. So that's how, why are you doing, how much profit you are going to gain, you should be clear at this point of writing your business model canvas. BMC, be specific, not generic. Generic again, writing answers in the fields of business model canvas. The innovator or the entrepreneur should be having the specific points or specific answers. Unless I think it should be specific answers, not the paragraph or the not the generic answers. So business model generation, this is the book. I think you can make a note of this book. So business model generation book is PDF book PDF is available. It is openly available to every individual. So if you want to understand completely, or if you want to get more knowledge on the business model canvas, please download this book for free and try to use this business model generation book to write a business plan for your particular idea or particular startup. So this is the business model canvas template where we have around nine fields are here. So whenever you start writing a business model canvas, you will have to start writing your business model canvas with your value proposition. Value proposition is the what do you do. Especially value proposition is the first field where you are maybe starting with the problem statement. Then you will understand the key activities which are involved in conversion of your idea, and key partners for this particular process, key resources which are required for this particular process, customer relationships again, which are the type of relationships you want to have with your customers when you want to market or sell your product. This you will have to clearly mention. Customer segment again, who are your customers, which will be the segment of your customers, you will have to clearly define that also here in the business model canvas template. And again, distribution channels, again this is also important, the channels in which you will be distributing or the shipping your particular product or service, again you will have to be clearly mentioning this. And the cost structure, pricing and all other things you will have to clearly mention in this particular stream. And again the final one is the revenue stream. So the revenue model and the financial projection, what I was explaining in my previous slide, you will have to clearly mention your revenue stream in this particular final segment. And again, I was telling about the IPR. IPR is the intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights basically helps an individual to secure or protect his innovation or invention. So that's what is the importance of this particular patent. So for patent search, we have various different search engines in which Google patent search is also one of the search engine. So you can maybe start this journey with Google patent search engine. Again, having the patent cell in GMIT, maybe you can explore various other search engines where you can search for the patents availability or any other kinds of intellectual property rights availability for your innovation or invention. So that's how you can do. And for filing a patent, again, the patent cell of GMIT can help you, or you can approach patent attorneys who will be the experts to maybe for searching your patent availability, etc., or fine-tuning your idea. These patent attorneys will really help you to fine-tune your idea and make sure you will get the patent in your name or in your company's name. So in India, we have patent offices in 4 different places. We have patent in only 4 places. We have the patent offices from the Indian Patent Office. So we have at Kolkata, at Delhi, at Chennai and Mumbai. So as we are closer to Chennai, I think most of the Karnataka innovators will make use of the patent office at Chennai. So you can always do that. And you can visit the website, which is ipindia.nic.in, which is the Indian Patent Office website, where you can easily get connected with Chennai office. And patent filing can also be done online. So by sitting by sitting at your college or home, you can easily file your patent or any other type of IPR in the ipindia.nic.in website. So these are the different types of IPR. Maybe we cannot touch upon all these types of IPR at this point of time because we are left with last 20 minutes. So at this point of time, we'll try to try to know the different types of intellectual property rights. So patent is a type of intellectual property right. Patent is usually used by the innovators and engineers. Being engineers, we always need patent because if we have a novel product or novel solution, we can always go for a patent. Copyright is again one more kind of a again one more kind of a IPR, and trademark is again one more thing. Example, probably for copyright, we can use copyrights for the movies and all other videos. I think you can see the copyrights which will be given to the directors or the producers. And again, trademark, we can take an example of any logo. For example, trademark, let's say if you see Amazon logo will be having a trademark for that. So except Amazon company or its allied companies, no one else can be will be eligible to use their Amazon logo. So similarly, every individual, every startup founder can have a trademark for their company's logo, and you can have logos for your products as well. For that also, you can have a trademark registered in your company's name. Industrial design, geographical indications, layout design of integrated circuits, trade secrets, plant variety protections, or various other types of IPR. But at present, we have around 8 types of IPR. So I think any kind of novelty, if it is existing in your project or in your product or solution, I think the patent cell which is existing in GMIT or patent attorneys which are connected to the cell will be happy to help all of you to maybe type these types of IPR, file these types of IPR to your innovation. Yeah, so this is what I had. So on the patent, so patent is the monopoly right on invention, and idea should be unique and useful. Again, unless the idea is unique or useful, you'll not be eligible to file IPR. And patent search, free and paid search engines are available. As I was mentioning, Google patent search engine is freely available. Similar to that, you can get more search engines for the patent searching application. So any patent grant will take around 3 to 5 years for the granting process. So there is a huge procedure which is involved in the patent grant process. So I think for startups nowadays, having the Startup India and Stand Up India schemes, now Government of India is making sure at least by 1 year or 1.5 years, the startup people will be able to get their patents in the company name. So that's the time bound for the patent grant process. And creation, protection, technology transfer, commercialization. Again, these are the important things which will come into picture when we talk about IPR. So what, how, and what not to claim has to be clearly mentioned. Again, in your patent proposal, what are you doing and how are you going to do it, and what is that you are not going to claim has to be clearly mentioned in your patent application. And Indian Patent Office, again, it is available in Chennai, Delhi, Bombay, and Calcutta. Patent rights, avoid infringement. Infringement is the thing which, if for example, if you take an example of any product, if that product is having a, I think if any innovator is having a patent in his or her name, you will not be eligible to do the same project or same product from your company. So that's how you'll have to always avoid infringement. So to avoid infringement, try to analyze and try to search for the patents at the beginning stage itself, so that in the early stage itself you'll be able to understand the importance and novelty of your project. If that is already been done or been manufactured from any other company or innovator, it's better to stop at this at that initial point of time. Again, product commercialization is very much crucial. Once you have a final product, it should be unless you commercialize, it will not have any importance, or it will not gain any profit for the company. So MVP is the minimum viable product. So minimum viable product is the minimum product which has basic features with minimum features, minimum affordable price. So that we call it as a minimum viable product. Unless you have a minimum viable product, you will not be eligible to commercialize your product. So market analysis, again, these are the things which will again come into picture when we talk about commercialization. Startup registration, again, startup registration is again very much important thing. Nowadays, company secretaries will help you to register your company. Having an innovative product, being engineering students will not be clearly knowing about these processes. So any company secretary will be helping you to register your company. So you can Also register your company online using Udyog Aadhaar platform of Government of India. Udyog Aadhaar is a website. You can just Google it and you can get into the Udyog Aadhaar website, where Udyog Aadhaar platform is helping the young budding entrepreneurs to register their companies online itself without any intervention. This platform will help you to register your company. And yeah, that's why I think later after registration of your company, you can enroll your startup with Startup Karnataka and Startup India platforms, where we all can easily help you to get it done. Yeah. Types of companies, again, I was explaining in my previous slide. I will just maybe inform you the types of companies. Maybe you can get more knowledge on this. Each type of the company, you can get more knowledge when you maybe use the internet. So first one is the sole proprietorship company, for which only one individual will be the founder for this company, and partnership firm again will be having more than one person will be having a partnership firm here. One person company, again, this is also a one person headed by one person, one individual. And limited liability LLP is also a type of company, and again, as we all know, private limited company is also a type of company. So these are the basic 5 types of company. So based on the type of product and type of service, you will be able to decide the type of company you want to incorporate. So getting knowledge on entrepreneurship, probably by attending these kind of programs, workshops, awareness programs, etc., you will be able to get, as engineering students, I think it's very important to get these knowledge at this young age, because unless you have the knowledge on entrepreneurship, I think you will not be able to start this journey as early as possible. So again, from the government departments, there are so many programs and workshops they have been conducting regularly to support Indian youths to start their entrepreneurial journey. Online access to GOK and web GOI portals, again, try to access Government of Karnataka and Government of India web portals, where like we have Startup Karnataka, Startup India, Stand Up India is there, Make in India is there. Similar to that, we have so many other websites and platforms where you can get the real-time information. Mobilizing seed money, again, this is also very much important. At the early stage, we'll be having the angel investors. Then after you reach some height, you will be able to get venture capital funding and bank loans, government loans, etc. We also have Mudra loan, where we get up to 10 lakhs of loan without any collateral. The bank will be able to give you a loan of up to 10 lakhs. So talking on incubators and accelerators, again, as I'm heading an incubation center at JNNCE, basically academic incubation centers will help the students and the staff to do innovative projects here. We also fund for up to some extent, maybe as we are supported by Government of Karnataka and Government of India, we are able to give up to 3 lakhs of funding for every selected project team, and giving 1 year of time for the implementation. And we are trying to connect industry and academia mentors. And once they are successful, we are trying to connect them with investors to start their entrepreneurship journey, etc. We are also connecting them with company secretaries and chartered accountants, etc. So these are the various support which are which are available for the students and alumni, research scholars, staff, and all others who are existing in the locality. Probably if we focus on GMIT college, probably the college can focus on the local existing companies and startups of Davangere region as well. So these are the basic things. Facilities, again, at incubators we support from ideation stage. From very early stage, we give support to the innovators. We provide co-working space. We give shared resources. Team building support will be given. Guidance in doing research, idea validation, market analysis, patent filing, product commercialization, startup registration, building minimum viable product, access to mentors, investors, etc. So these are the basic support which will be given to all available existing innovators as an incubator. So we also have something called as accelerator, where accelerator will be available for the existing startups. Maybe being at GMIT, if you are maybe running your company for, let's say, 2 to 5 years old company, if you're running, then you can approach an accelerator where this accelerators will help you to scale up your business. So that's how I think these are the various ingredients of a incubator. So you can have a quick look at this block diagram here. So importance of networking, again, as you are all thinking of being an innovator, problem solvers, entrepreneurs, etc., networking is really important for any innovator, any entrepreneur. So networking is the key to success for an entrepreneur. Tips: how do you network with the unknown person? Is the I think for that, I think we have various tips. I think observation, try to strike a conversation, talk freely, etc. So this is how we can try to build a very good network. Maybe being in the region of Davangere, I think having Harihara and all other places nearby, I think you will get minimum 100 successful entrepreneurs in and around Davangere, where you can, I think it's your role and responsibility to network with all the successful entrepreneurs of Davangere, where this will help you to enhance your network and maybe get their support, mentoring, investment, etc. LinkedIn will again help you to, LinkedIn is also one of the platform where you all can have a free account and you can try to network with as many people as possible. Alumni, again, GMIT alumni will be happy to help all of you and provide network, provide mentoring, investment support to all of you to do innovation, problem solve, to solve problems, etc. And again, have a good networking with friends. I think good friends with technical knowledge or good innovative ideas, have a very good rapport with them also. Mentors from academia and industry experts, you will have to have a good network with them also. And entrepreneurs, again, important intro from the existing and the existing entrepreneurs, from local and global entrepreneurs, you will have to have a good network with them. Startups, again, you should be knowing your startups in and around Davangere. And events like summit, conclave, expo, exhibitions, networking events, district meetings, etc., will really help you to enhance your network and get benefited from the network. Unfortunately, this event we are having virtual. If you would had a physical program, maybe I would have networked with as many young innovators of GMIT as possible. So maybe I am looking forward to meet all of you in the coming months. If possible, we'll try to meet up. And helps for faster growth. Again, networking will really help for the faster growth of an individual. Network with as many people as possible. So this is what I had for the students of GMIT in this session today. And again, I had a slide on the role of faculty, students, and alumni, etc. So I had so many things to express, but due to the time constraints, I think it will not be easy to maybe handle at this point of time. But I will try to cover a quick overview of this slide, because see, as faculties, probably I think we have to teach them the syllabus. I think beyond conventional method, we'll have to try to teach them with industrial examples and all, which will help them to get hands-on experience and industrial exposure as well. Maybe in place of assignments, we can give them the mini projects or hobby projects, which will really help them to apply their knowledge, where they will be getting the hands-on experience. And students, whoever is doing a project, it should be a real-time project. So just for the project sake, don't do the project. So maybe start from the scratch, involve as much as possible, try to make it as a product of the final viable solution, where you can maybe easily start try to register a company. So before starting any project, students and faculties have to search for patent availability and proceed further. Again, this is very important. And faculty and research scholars have to convert their research papers. That is again for the faculty. Yeah, college level incubators, like as at JNNC, we have an incubator at the college level. Similarly, I think GMIT is also having a incubation center, I think patent cell, etc. So these things can really help the students to enhance their knowledge, do innovative projects, etc. So yeah, we have to, as a institution, we'll have to create more awareness and motivate students to take up entrepreneurial journey. Again, this is very important. This will be the best time for the students to make an attempt or try the journey of entrepreneurship, because as you are very young, probably the first 1 year or 2 years, if you are failing in this journey, it will have a very less impact on your personal growth as well. So probably this will be the young, being as a student, I think it's the good time to try out all these things as a engineering student. So this is how an academic institution can create. Yeah, I think this is how I think we have learned so many things till this slide. So this is how higher educational institution like GMIT can try to create startup and entrepreneurial ecosystem and prepare job creators and skilled industry ready youths for the society. So that is what I had in this session. And probably having this 7 years of journey in this incubation center, I had the privilege to visit some of the IITs and IIMs and even the IISc Bangalore, NIT K Surathkal and NIT Kerala, etc. So I had the privilege of visiting all of that. So I have seen the incubation centers and the innovation centers which are existing in these premier institutions. So most of the thing, I think physical infrastructure wise, I think everything remains same. The thing what I am missing is the lack of awareness in our students. So unless they are aware, I think they will not be knowing the importance of doing all these things. So I think after creating all this awareness, they should be maybe utilizing all these platforms. And lack of motivation and confidence, again, our students are also having so many innovative ideas, so many dreams and all, but the lack of motivation and confidence is killing their dreams and killing their innovation in this journey. So I think that is what is the missing thing which I have seen. And push from parents and faculty, again, this is also missing in our colleges. I think this is also required for the students to do innovation and start their entrepreneurial journey. And similar infrastructure, very similar, I think whatever we have at JNNC, whatever we have at GMIT, or whatever we have at any other premier colleges like IITs and IIMs, I think we have very similar infra. But the thing is, the students have to involve and utilize all these platforms. So similar skill sets and potential, again, our students are, I think they are very much similar to whatever students we have seen at IITs and IIMs. So the only thing is the hands-on experience and their interest. I think that we have to enhance, and that's how we can try to maybe make them involved in these kind of activities. So not a big deal. I think everybody can do it. That's how students of JNNC or students of GMIT can also take part in these innovative activities. Everyone can also do it. Not only IIT and IIM students, every individual student from GMIT can do this. So role of mentors, as I was telling, role of mentors, I think mentors will act as catalysts and they will handhold the innovator. They will try to avoid the mistakes. And investors, again, investors are very much crucial for any innovator. So I was mentioning Mudra loan is also available from the Government of India. It's a scheme actually where the banks are told to give up to 10 lakhs of funding to the innovators and the entrepreneurs. SIDBI is also a platform where the loans are available for the existing companies as well as startups. So initially self-funded and friends and family investment can be taken for the startup, but after some level, I think you will be needed loan from a bank or the investment from the venture capital funding, crowdfunding, etc. That's how a startup can be maybe sustained. So investment is a crucial thing in any startup. So being a part of all these things, I have been explaining so many things from almost 2 o'clock. I think we have spent wonderful 2 hours with all of you. So I think by doing all these things, students will get the hands-on experience and can learn cutting-edge technologies, and they can think out of the box. So that is also a wonderful advantage for the students, because if you are a mechanical student, you can try out programming, you can try out electronics parts, etc. So you can try to learn more than your curriculum, whatever is existing in the syllabus. So that is what is the advantage of having all these things in the campus. And entrepreneurial spirit in students, alumni, research scholars, and faculty. Again, this is also a very good thing. Probably 1% of the students thinks in this direction. Our job is done because having more than thousands of students in the campus. So we'll have at least 10 students in the college who will be focusing on these aspects, and think of becoming job creators and job givers in the ecosystem. If not entrepreneurs, at least skilled industry ready engineers. If not entrepreneurs, at least they can become skilled industry ready engineers to get high paying jobs. I think they will be trained after doing all these things for the next 4 years. Probably the students will get high paying jobs in the top companies of the country. And innovation, startup and entrepreneurial ecosystem, maybe having a patent cell in the college, having an incubation center, having the MHRD's institution level innovation council. I think GMIT is already having a innovation, startup and entrepreneurial ecosystem. Probably the students have to utilize these available platforms which are existing in the college, and maybe make their futures the future, take their future to the greater heights in the coming years, and convert job seekers into job givers. That's where we are working on. And again, faculties and students as startup directors, exactly this is what is the highlight of what I have been telling since 2 o'clock, because whatever the innovation, whatever the project we are doing as faculty or as students. Maybe at the end of the project, as an outcome, I think the faculty and student can join hand and become startup directors and start their companies inside the campus or outside the campus. That again depends on the company team. Ideation and problem solving is very important, and skill development prepares industry ready skilled youths and innovative entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship is vital for national development. It fosters economic growth and prosperity of the country. Entrepreneurship is the result of self-confidence, zeal, passion, skills, and desire to become rich, creativity, innovation, imagine, etc. So it is the important thing. Entrepreneurship is important for financial freedom, wealth, and job creation. That's what I was telling. So it will really help for your personal and professional career. So it will really help. So entrepreneurship. Then again, in the country, in India, we have more than 70% of youth population. So having all these platforms, probably we can train and handhold our youngsters to do innovation, to become entrepreneurs, etc. And one more good thing is being in tier 2 city like Davangere or Shimoga, probably being in GMIT or JNNC, we can train our students. We can try to maybe retain them our own cities, in our own cities, and make sure they will be starting their entrepreneurial journey in Davangere or Shimoga or any other tier 2, tier 3 city, which will really help us scatter the population across the state, across the country, and avoid population in the metropolitan cities. So that is what is the importance of being part of tier 2, tier 3 cities. I think our role is to maybe sustain our youngsters in our own cities. So I think I am done with my presentation. If you have any questions, please ask. You can ask me.